Good morning, children. In my if you have seen day before yesterday, I had sent you the PDF of local self-government ruler. All right. So next chapter, I'm going to start with civics. That is chapter number 5. That is local self-government. Okay. Now, as in India, we have two areas, rural and urban. So we'll study local self-government in rural area. There is a separate local self-government for rural area, and there is a separate local self-government for urban area. Okay. So I have sent you in the PDF that what are the points that is needed in the local self-government. So first we need to study meaning of local self-government. Okay. So I have made you people underlined. Just see the meaning in your book, page number 150. Local self-government is an institution comprising locally elected representative managing the affairs of the locality and providing them with the basic amenities. Amenities means basic necessities of life. Okay, so local self-government is an institution which is elected by the local people. Is it clear? And the representative which are elected by the local people are looking after the affairs of the locality and trying to provide them with the basic necessities of life. So what do you mean by local self-government? Local self-government is the institution comprising locally elected representative. Locally elected representative means the representative of the local self-government are elected by the locality, people of the locality. And what they do, what the local self-government does, what the representatives of the local self-government does, they manage the affairs of the locality and provide them the facilities of basic amenities or basic facilities of life, basic necessities of life. Is it clear? So that is the meaning of local self-government now. In rural areas, the name of the local self-government is called Panchayat. What is the name of the local self-government in rural area? Panchayat. And in urban area, it is somewhere known as municipal corporation and somewhere known as municipality. All right. So in rural area, the name of the local self-government is Panchayat, and in the urban area, in some of the cities, it is called as municipal corporation, which are the bigger cities, and the smaller cities having less population have the local self-government called municipality. So in urban area, we have two types of local self-government. For highly populated cities, municipal corporation, or for less populated cities, municipality. Is it clear? So meaning of local self-government we have completed. Then what is the basic difference between local self-government and local government? Okay, now local government include deputy commissioner, that is DC, IPS officer, IAS officer. Is it clear? They are the local government. And local self-government. So basic difference between local government and local self-government is this only, that local government are elected and local government are nominated. They are being appointed by the government through the examination, competitive examination. All right. But local self-government are elected locally by the local peoples. Is it clear? Now see the local government and local self-government in your book. Local government is quite different from local government. Local self-government is quite different from local government. In local government, the administration of locality is looked after by the official appointed by the state. That is the base. So local government is including the officials who are appointed by the state. They are not elected by the state. Such officials are paid salary. They get the paid salary. They include patwari, policeman, village chowkidar, the village postman. They are the local government who are being appointed by the state government. Is it clear? Then what these officers does? These officers provide certain services to the local people and do not have any say in management and administration of local affairs. In the management and administration of the local affairs, they don't have any power. That management and administration of local affairs are being looked after by local self-government. Now see next paragraph. Local self-government consists of elected representatives. I told you the basic difference between local government and local self-government is this, that local government are appointed by the state. Local self-government are elected representative. They are being elected by the local people by the voting system. This is not the case in case of local government. Patwari or policeman or anyone who are the officers of the local government, they are being appointed by or through competitive examination. But the local self-government include those representatives who are being elected, who are the elected representative. Then they are receive government grants for their activities like sanitation, providing elementary education, and selling dispute. So local government get the paid salary, but the representative of local self-government, they are depending on government grants. Okay, government grants government grant means financial support given by the government to the local self-government so that they can provide the basic necessities. What are the basic necessities? Providing them sanitation facility, providing elementary education, settling the disputes. These are the basic difference between local government and local self-government. Is it clear? So I told you the meaning of local self-government. Local self-government is an institution comprising of locally elected representatives who manage the affairs of the locality and provide them the basic necessities of life. Then I told you that in rural area, the local self-government name is Panchayat. In urban area, local self-government is of two types: municipal corporation in the bigger cities, municipalities in the smaller cities. Then we have studied the difference between local government and local self-government. What is local government? Local government include those officers who are being appointed by the state and they are getting a paid salary. Who are the part of the local government? Patwari, policeman, the village officers, etc. Okay, now local self-government are the elected representatives. They receive grants, government grants, so that they can provide the sanitational facility, educational facility. They settle the smaller disputes, etc. Is it clear? Now, this we have completed today. Then next, now we are going to start with the silent features of the Constitution. That is, silent features of the Constitution, 73rd Amendment Act 1992. In your book, page number 151. Now see, silent features of the Constitution. Okay, we are going to study the silent features of the Constitution, which has included the act of the local self-government, and in which amendment it has included 73rd Amendment, and in which year? 1992. Now see the points. To provide three-tier system of Panchayati Raj for all states having population of over 20 lakh. So those states having population of 20 lakh and more, they all will have a three-tier Panchayati Raj system in all the states. Second point, to hold Panchayat election regularly every 5 years. Okay, so that is the second point which is included in the 73rd Amendment Act, that there will be a regular election after every 5 years for panchayats. Third, to provide reservation of seats. Now in the panchayat, seats are reserved for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and women. Fourth point, to constitute State Financial Commission every 5 years to make recommendation on financial powers of the panchayat. And that also is mentioned in the 73rd Amendment Act, that there will be a State Finance Commission, all right, and for every 5 years, okay, and they will give the recommendation about the financial powers of the panchayat. And the last point of the 73rd Amendment Act of 1992 was to constitute district planning committee. So they are also going to form a district planning committee so that this committee can prepare a draft of development plan for the district as a whole. So these are the 5 basic features which are included in the 73rd Amendment Act. After that, the next paragraph is very important. See, a three-tier system of local self-government for rural area came into effect from April 1993. So from where onwards Panchayat Raj started? Three-tier Panchayati Raj system, which is a local self-government for rural area, was started from April 1993. There were the panchayat at village level, the block samitis and the district boards. Okay, the nomenclature varies from state to state, but basic structure remains the same. That is a three-tier system. Then So this was decided that in 1992 73 Amendment Act, that there will be a local three-tier system of local self-government and in all the states, in all the rural areas. Okay, so that was the basic features of the silent features of the Constitution, 73rd Amendment Act 1992. Okay, now we are going to start with the Panchayati Raj system. Okay, now Panchayati Raj system is a three-tier system. You see, the three-tier system comprising the first, at the village level, Gram Panchayat; at the block level or middle level, Panchayat Samiti; at the district level, Jila Parishad. Okay, so there will be a three level of government in the Panchayati Raj system. That is why we say that Panchayati Raj system is a three-tier system, which include Gram Panchayat at the village level, above that Panchayat Samiti at the block level, above that Jila Parishad at the district level. Is it clear? Now we need to study about them. Okay, that I'm going to explain you in my next video. Thank you, children.